What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Monday, April 3rd, and in today's video, we're going to be covering something kind of new, which is around Bitcoin NFTs. Now, we've covered Bitcoin NFTs on our channel before, but lately there have been an influx of new collections within the Bitcoin NFT ecosystem. So in this video, I want to share with you my favorites, my personal favorites, that I'm kind of looking for great entry points. Now, I haven't bought any of these NFTs just yet, but again, we are super early. We are super early with Solana NFTs, Polygon NFTs, and even really early with Bitcoin NFTs. Now, with that said, before we share with you all these collections, you have to like up that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So let's go ahead and just go through briefly what these Bitcoin NFTs are going to be all about, because honestly, there is a ton of them. And I want to let everybody know, all these Bitcoin NFTs, there's not really any utility behind it just yet. Now, a lot of these collections I'm sharing with you is just a lot of hype, a lot of interest, and you could be in early if you have the right projects. So let's go ahead and focus on the first project, and that is BTC. Now, why am I focused on BTC? I'm not really a big fan of the art, but there are not many of these NFTs in circulating supply. Now, if we think about it, you can see that the lowest one is around 0.03 Bitcoin. Now, you must be wondering, why am I bringing BTC up? Well, BTC actually places itself in the history of Bitcoin NFTs. What do I mean by that? So we know that in 2021, Stacks, which is a layer 2 solution for Bitcoin, started around 2021. Now, we saw in 2023 that TaprootWizards became the first ever 4 megabyte inscription that was minted by the Luxor pool. So that really becomes the first Bitcoin NFT in my perspective. So even though the artwork isn't that great, it definitely leads into the conversation of, do you want to do it for the artwork, or do you want to do it because it was the first NFT in history? Well, let's go ahead and look into the total volume that's been traded, because you cannot ignore the total volume. Now, it's 11.9 Bitcoin in total volume since its creation. And as you can see here, people have been buying it in different marketplaces, but people have been buying it on Magic Eden. So that's why TaprootWizards or BTC happens to be my first NFT that I'm keeping on my radar. Now, what's the second collection? That's going to be Bitcoin Frogs. Now, Bitcoin Frogs, it's a lot cheaper in terms of entry, around 0.001 Bitcoin. I think that's a lot better. And now, in terms of Magic Eden, there's around 2.46 in terms of Bitcoin traded volume, a 10,000 collection. So this is actually a larger collection, a larger supply. But again, not a bad entry point. A lot of great artwork here that I think could really do well. Plus, you're in very early, so maybe this collection will do better in the short to medium term, or maybe in the long term, given that maybe a year for this to actually build up an adoption. But again, we have to look at the amount of Bitcoin traded volume in its history, around 10.8 Bitcoin. So that's great. You can see that people are buying this. I think it's because it's such a large supply, but also people are buying it because it's such a great entry point. So obviously, I think that's going to help boost the Bitcoin volume in terms of total traded. Now, let's go ahead and focus on the next collection, and that is called Bitcoin Apes. Now, you must be wondering, wait, Vincent, this is a derivative. Yes, it is a derivative in my point of view, because again, Yuga Labs has not created, I don't think, any permission around this. They haven't supported this project. I haven't seen it on their social media. So that to me is described as a derivative. Now, we've seen Bitcoin Apes, a derivative of the actual Bored Ape Yacht Club on Ethereum. We've seen Bored Ape Yacht Club derivatives on Polygon and Solana. And believe it or not, when we saw the bull run on the last NFT bull market in late 2021 and early 2022, we saw that these derivatives on both Polygon and Solana were selling for thousands upon thousands of dollars. So again, could this be the same for the Bitcoin NFTs ecosystem for Bitcoin Apes? We don't actually know. But what we will see is that the total traded volume is around 12.1 Bitcoin. So people are actually buying this, and they're buying a lot of this. And what I'm seeing here, they're buying a lot of it on Magic Eden and other marketplaces. So that's crazy to see that happening. But let's go into some a little bit more original projects. So we're talking about NFTs that maybe have migrated from Solana over to Bitcoin and have been inscribed. The first collection is called Nakamoto Wales. Now it's trading around 0.69 Bitcoin. So it's a little bit more pricier. And there's a reason for that. It's because this was originally called the Catalina Whale Mixer or Catalina Whale NFT collection on Solana. and they gave a limited amount of NFTs to holders, OG holders of their collection, a Bitcoin NFT of the Nakamoto Wales. So as you can see, they are fetching for a big price as of right now, and they're actually great deals, but again, it's up to you to decide if this is a great investment for you, but definitely this is going to be a staple within the Bitcoin NFT world. If we look at the total traded volume, you can see total so far, since it's fairly new, 1.2 Bitcoin. So again, do your own research, plan accordingly, but I want to talk about the last collection, and that is this one, Bitcoin Ovals. Now, Bitcoin Ovals, there's a 450 supply of these NFTs. Again, another collection that migrated from Solana over to Bitcoin. And you know what, for Solana holders, let's give some of them these limited edition Bitcoin Ovals. And so right now, they're over there in the Bitcoin Oval section, trading at the lowest cost around 0.02 Bitcoin. Now, it's a little bit cheaper in terms of its price point. And also, we got to keep in mind, let's look at the total traded volume, because again, people are actually paying for this, because we have to look at the amount of transactions that there are, and people are paying an average of $700 or more for each one of these NFTs so that they can have a place in history. So let that be a deciding factor, because we got to look at the total traded volume, 1.5 Bitcoin. Again, a lot going on, a lot being traded on Magic Eden. Now, let's go back to Magic Eden. Now that you've seen my favorite collections, which one is your favorite? Because I do want to know which one is your favorite personally, because again, super early in this ecosystem. But again, we don't know where this is going to go, and I do want to hear your thoughts down below. What Bitcoin NFTs should we look out for? But also, are we too early? Is this something that could definitely rocket to the moon, or is this something that's going to fade over time? I want to hear your thoughts down below. So with that said, be sure to like that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page for all of our alpha calls and buy and sell orders on both NFTs and cryptocurrencies. Until then, we'll see you guys and girls next time.